Subaru has been one of the hottest brands in the industry for a number of years now, and we finally have a chance to check one out. This is a top-spec 3.6-liter Legacy, and today here on Rumblestrip.NET and 10-minute test drive, we're going to find out if this Legacy is an answer to the question of why is Subaru doing so well, or is it just something that's trending? So as we mentioned at the top, Subaru is one of the hottest selling brands in North America. Their sales have essentially doubled over the last 5 years. And, you know, it's kind of come out of the blue. Subaru's always been a pretty good brand, decent value, been known for their, you know, four-wheel drive and being a little more rugged, appealing to a certain demographic. So where has this come from? And has everyone else been missing out on this? And have Subaru people noticed something for a while? So what's the story? So this week we actually have our very first Subaru we've ever had a chance to get in for review. This is the Legacy family four-door sedan in a very crowded and, as we said, shrinking market. So as a four-door family sedan, how is it? Off the top, it's good. It certainly is. It's very competent. It ranks, I would say, top 2, 3, 4 in the segment, at least from what the vehicles we've driven. Is it going to be our favorite? No, but it's only for our personal, I think, some personal reasons that we would have not to rank it higher. So what does this thing have going for it? Well, number one, it's got Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive, which is always going to be a good thing, especially if you live in certain areas of the country. So here in Southeast Michigan, is it needed? No. Is it nice to have? Absolutely. But is it needed? No. Now, if you live in the Northeast or in the Rockies, somewhere out west where you see much more inclement weather for longer, more consistent bases, is it nice to have? Yes, absolutely. The other thing this has that a lot of others don't have is a 6-cylinder engine, and a pretty substantial 6-cylinder engine. 3.6-liter flat six, 258-ish horsepower and similar amounts of torque. And it's mated to a CVT transmission. Now, this CVT is a bit of a revelation to us. Like most people that review cars, if CVTs went away tomorrow, you wouldn't hear anyone complain. This one is really good. And the reason why it is because it's backed up by a car that has torque. So when you hit the gas, it goes, it doesn't feel like it's on a rubber band and just like getting to a point and holding there and, being strangled for your dear life. It feels very much like a conventional transmission. So props and kudos to Subaru and the engineers for doing a great job at programming this thing, where 99.9% of the people who are going to buy this car won't know and really won't care, but wouldn't know that it's not just a conventional 6-speed or 8-speed automatic transmission. That power and torque make a big difference in this thing. The low-end power is really good. It scoots away very quickly from a stoplight. It cruises on the highway very comfortably at 80 miles an hour is a tick over 2,000 RPM. It gets reasonable gas mileage. Now, when you quote, I think the numbers on the sticker are 20 city, 29 highway, 23 combined, and you hear that and you're like, well, that's not great. But then you remember, this is a 6-cylinder with all-wheel drive. Those are pretty good numbers. Is this required, or should you get this engine? You should think about it, right? Now, if you don't want the power, you don't care about it, you can skip it, sure. But in an era where everything is tuned way up in the RPM band, it's kind of nice to have something that's got some low-end grunt to it. The interior of the Subaru is good. It's not special, it's not fantastic, but it's very competent. Not best in class, but certainly much better than some others. You really don't have too many complaints in here. The infotainment system is a JBL system that Toyota also uses. It's not our favorite. It's could be a little more responsive. It's a little slow, slow to start up, slow to grab signals, slow to touch. It's just not our favorite. It's fine, it works, and again, most people, probably 70% of the people, won't care. It's got nav, it's got your satellite, you hook your USB up to it for your audio, Bluetooth. It works great. Actually, the voice recognition for the Bluetooth in this is pretty good, so no complaints on that. Seats are very comfortable in this. You can definitely do 2, 3, 4 hours in the saddle and not have any complaints over comfort. The backseat room is actually really good. You have heated seats, both front and rear, no cooled seats. We're going to mark it down for that just because there's other vehicles in this segment at less money that have it, specifically Hyundai and Kia. And I guess that gets us to price. Now this is pretty much top line, top spec. You can't really put any more options on it. And the price isn't bad, really. It's actually pretty good when you consider what you can option, say, a Ford Focus or a Toyota Camry out at. This comes in at $32,300. That's reasonable money in today's day and age. Is it a great value? No. Is it good value? We think so. Again, Hyundai, Kia, perhaps Mazda with some incentives, you can be had for less money, but you can probably you may be able to negotiate a little bit on the price. For giggles, we looked up on TrueCar just to see what TrueCar says you should pay for it, and it was mid 29.5, 29.7. So you could probably get a little bit off that sticker price. But even at full MSRP, we're not going to complain too much about it. Flexibility is really good. The back seats do fold flat in this, so that you have a nice pass-through from the trunk. The trunk is actually decent sized, and then with the pass-through, it's really nice. We had to pick up a couple rugs that we had to get cleaned, so pop open the trunk, and then the releases are right there when you open the trunk. You put the back seat down, and we fit 2 5x8 size rugs rolled up what we had cleaned and put them in here. Yeah, no worries, no problems. Subaru has a good reputation for quality, for good dealer service. So as you're searching for a mid-size vehicle, this is something you should take a pretty serious look at. How is it with the 4-cylinder? Don't know. I mean, this is what we have. This is what we've driven. This again, we're impressed by the 3.6 liter flat 6 in this. Great torque, very smooth. The couple times we put our foot into it, it actually sounds pretty good. Okay, it's not quite Porsche-esque quality, but maybe if we got a different exhaust system, we could get a little Porsche sound out of it, right? Flat 6, 3.6. Hey, is this a sports car? No. Could it be? Possibly. Those of you who are a little more in tune with the Subaru aftermarket and Subaru forums would know more than us. We think this 3.6 has got a lot of potential as an engine, but, hey, overall, good, like it a lot. Is it our favorite? Do we consider it best in class? No. However, it's really for personal reasons. We prefer other cars from a value standpoint. Maybe we prefer, we prefer the interior styling a little bit. But, you compare this to a Camry, this is definitely better than the Camry. We understand why people, 400,000 people a year buy a Camry, but this is better. It's tighter. It's just, it feels better. And I hate to be, not specific on why, but it's an overall quality as far as size efficiency, or just size, ride quality, driving dynamics, engine. Yeah, this over a Camry all day. Over a Fusion, maybe. over the Optima, which is kind of our favorite in this class. That's tough. The Optima offers so much, and the value proposition is so good, other than in their top spec EXL, which gets a little ridiculous. But anything outside of that, the value proposition is really good on that. So once again, if you're in the market for a family 4-door sedan, look at this car, the Legacy. It's really quite good. Again, dealer support is really good. Customer service from Subaru is really good. There's a nice aftermarket in general and a good community that's around Subaru. So have a drive in this thing. Really good. Really liked it. Really impressed.